I will monitor the OZMI inflation gauge month-over-month. And I will monitor also the Chinese CPI year-over-year. On Monday, we have several guys speaking. So first of all, Terrero from the Bank of England. So due to speak about the international evidence of the transmission of negative interest rates at an online event, no, I will not consider it as important. Then we have, no, the Outlook survey, no. Lagarde, due to moderate an online panel discussion, no, let's forget. And Bostic, due to speak about the 2021 economic outlook at an online event hosted at the Rotary Club, no, let's forget. And then we have the yen current account, so all time frames, and that's it for Monday.
Okay,
on Tuesday, on Tuesday we have Broadbent of the Bank of England speaking.
Yep.
Due to deliver a speech titled COVID and the composition of spending in an online event, no, not important at all. Then we have Brian Hart from the Fed, due to speak at an online Fed symposium in artificial intelligence or natural stupidity, so I will skip it. Then we have to monitor the US dollar 10-year bond auction.
Done.
Yeah, and that's it for Tuesday. Then on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we have, let's see, Lagarde speaking again. Due to speak at the Reuters Next online event, no, not important. Then we'll have the US dollar CPI month-over-month and core CPI month-over-month, so all time frames.
Okay.
Then monitor the US dollar crude oil inventories. Then we have again Brainard speaking, due to speak about the economic outlook and full employment at an online event hosted by the Canadian Association. No, let's forget. Monitor the US dollar 30-year bond auction, and I will also monitor the beige book and the federal budget balance.
Monitor.
No, monitor, yeah, monitor. And then I will monitor the Chinese, the two Chinese trade balance, so the trade balance and the US dollar denominated trade balance.
Okay. Thursday.
Then on Thursday, we will have, I will monitor the ECB monetary policy meeting accounts. I will still monitor the US dollar unemployment claims. Monitor the US dollar natural gas storage.
Yep.
And then we have Powell speaking, due to speak at a webinar hosted by Princeton University. No, not important. I don't understand why Forex Factory put it in red. And that's it for Thursday. And on Friday, sorry, on Friday we have the pound construction output month-over-month. So under H4.
Okay.
Then we have the GDP month-over-month, so all time frames. We have the pound manufacturing production month-over-month under H4. Then we have the...
Sorry, yeah, I'm still making these with care because Brexit is still dragging on a bit.
Yeah, we will see progressively the effect of the Brexit, but I don't expect big surprises because the UK has organized nicely in terms of deals with a lot of other countries. So
sure. Yeah,
and they got a good deal with the European Union. They have obtained everything they wanted to have. So I have no fear pound. But we have to still be attentive, of course.
And is Europe okay with it?
Everyone has won the negotiation, but the great loser is the European Union, of course. So where are we? We were on the pound manufacturing production month-over-month. Then we have the euro trade balance, all time frames. I will monitor the NIESR GDP estimate for the pound, so monitor. Okay. Then we have for the US dollar the core retail sales. Yeah.
National Institute of Economic and Social Research, gross domestic product.
It's a part of the GDP, so it's important to at least to monitor. Yeah. Especially in the context of the Brexit, post-Brexit and COVID, to see how the economy of a country is really or not recovering. So we have the retail sales and core-retail sales for the US dollar, so under H4.
Yep.
Then we will have, let's see, the US dollar, the 2 US dollar preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations, so under H4.
Okay, not this one.
No.
Okay, all done.
No. The preliminary University of Michigan University, it's under H4.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason that we're doing this is so that we know when there's some possible volatility coming up and to keep an eye on what could be important news for the Forex itself. I've changed the naming convention so it's a bit more obvious. So under H4 is time frames under the H4, and all time frames are for all time frames including H4 and above. So if there's anything marked with all time frames are under H4, then don't place any trades 1 hour prior and get out of your trade within half an hour of it coming out. Because you're trading standard, if you've got plenty of scale-ins already, like say coming up into the London Open, like for instance this week there's been some nice opportunities to start trading towards the end of the Asian session. If you're able to catch them, you might have had a few scale-ins there. Then you could knock off a couple of scale-ins to protect your account and keep trading through the actual London Open. But it does get volatile, so you have to be careful about that. But the whole idea is to protect your account, not necessarily your profits. Again, the three majors are the three major currencies of the US, the Euro, and the Yen. And any news coming up on those, doesn't matter what pair you're in, that exhortation not to get into a trade or to get out of it within 1 and 1/2, respectively, applies to all pairs. For the smaller currencies, if there's something coming up on, for instance, a major one coming up on, we don't really have any this week, very little news. If there was something coming up on the, say, the CAD or the Kiwi, the Swiss, or the Aussie, then pay attention to those pairs that have got those currencies in them. But anything else, you can pretty much treat it as a monitor. Just be aware that it's happening. You don't necessarily need to pull the plug on your trade if you're in another currency that doesn't have those pairs in it. And the pound kind of sits in between them. So good luck choosing if you think that the pound is going to cause a spike right throughout all the pairs, then don't trade. If you think you're okay through it, then let it sit and treat it like a smaller currency. But you can get an idea of what it possibly could do from here. Pound construction. I come over here. Pound construction, this one. If you check back and see what the results look like, COVID has kind of screwed things up hugely. But if I pull the time back a bit, you can tell where the estimate is and what the results are, and you can see if the estimates, the little yellow marks, which are what the forecasts are, versus the blue, which is the actual that came out. And you can see that these are all over the show. Whether they actually impact things requires another graph, but you can get some idea that if they're estimating something, then they're likely to come out and be wrong, because they are most times. And then you check out a thing called a spike graph. I don't have any here, but if you look at the bottom of the video email that I'll send out after this session. There's a link to some spike graphs, a spike graph situation. It used to work. I'm not too sure. I haven't looked at it for ages. Where you can go back and see the results of what a news coming out did to other pairs. It's a lot of work. So just take your time with it. And it's way, I just wanted to point it out, but it's way more than we've got time for here, and we're not prepared for it. So I've kind of gone off the topic here. But anyway, be careful of things. The other things which people are concerned about was I keep getting spiked, and so this is the reason for the news is to help people not get spiked, because some people thought the brokers were after them and all manner of conspiracy type stuff like that. Generally it was just poor judgment. So if you've got this NewsWatch, you can use it to help you avoid volatility in the market, make yourself safer. The other question that we kept getting, and Eusebio came up with a result, is what are the best pairs to trade? And so out of the top 28, he said check the last 4 weeks and pick the top 10 to pick from the top 10 the pairs to trade from that. So we've done that here. Here's a list of all the 28. And what we're going to do now is pull these over. I've gone down to the US Swiss Eusebio.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
So brought them over here. I'll just move this over. Pick this up. Brought them over here so that what we'll do now is Eusebio's magic trick, where we match the pairs up with the news for each day so that we get a smaller selection on a daily basis up here from which to trade or to try and pick things. We also have a less than top 10 pair range. So if you find that while Brexit was running, the pound was jumping around all over the show, and you didn't want to trade something so volatile, we included all these ones. Less volatile, less money, but smoother, less stress, and possibly less risky as well. So if you don't like any of the ones that we pick up here, then you can go for these ones down here. These are all listed on the website. I'll show you that at the end of it. This is called the NewsWatch. So, Eusebio,
yeah.
We have just the yen for Monday.
The yen from Monday, yeah, the yen. So here, so we will have the pound yen or the pound US dollar.
Oh, not the Swiss. Oh yeah,
no,
of course.
Pound yen or pound US dollar.
That's pre-conscious bias. Yep.
Yeah. Then the pound Swiss or the pound CAD.
Okay, I'll pick you. CAD.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay. Right. So nothing left over from Monday because we go from 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. So after 5. Oh, sorry, that yen came out after Eusebio. I should have looked at that.
Okay, so I will keep the yen on Tuesday. For Tuesday, okay. So we will have exactly. There was no other currencies on Tuesday, perhaps.
Let's check. No, nothing.
No, so we will have exactly the same choice as on Monday.
Okay, should this pound yen not be the Swiss?
Yeah, no. We can keep it. There is no problem.
Okay, they're pretty all at the top anyway. Okay, leftovers from Tuesday, there's nothing. And on Wednesday, we have the US dollar.
The US dollar, so here and here. So the first choice will be the pound US dollar or the euro US dollar.
Ah.
Pound US dollar or euro US dollar.
Unusual.
Yeah. Then we will have the pound Swiss or pound CAD.
Yep.
And then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay. Copy, paste. Okay. So leftovers from Wednesday is nothing. And on Thursday, we have nothing.
And so we will have the following choice, pound US dollar or pound Swiss.
Okay.
Pound US dollar or pound Swiss.
Yep.
Then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay.
And then we can take the pound CAD or the euro pound. Instead of the euro pound, we can take the pound yen too, possibly.
Okay.
But the pound CAD or the euro pound, yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Let's see. No, let's because they are very close together. I will prefer to change the euro pound into the pound yen, just in case the market would turn to risk off. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we don't need that.
Yeah.
And leftovers from Thursday, nothing. And on Friday we have the pound.
The pound, and pound, yeah.
And the euro.
The euro, so euro here, 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 and here, okay.
And the US.
And the US dollar, so here and here. Okay, so we will have the pound US dollar or the euro US dollar.
Yep.
Then the euro pound or the pound Swiss. Euro pound or pound Swiss.
Yep.
And then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yay. Okay. So just make that a bit smaller. Okay, so the idea is that if you don't want to trade, if you don't want to keep monitoring all the top 10 pairs, because it's a lot of work, then on a daily basis you can just monitor, say, 4 pairs here, and if there's nothing that's working out for you there, then you drop down to the second tier, or the third tier, whatever you want to call it, the bottom line. So these are the main ones to watch for, and then these are the backups. And if you don't want to trade any of those because all of them have got pound in and they could still be possibly, maybe not, but we don't know until they really get going, still spiky, then you can try just trading something from this lower selection here. They don't move as much, but they're less stressful, slower movers. Okay, and if anybody's got any questions, let me know. And hey, Leland. Okay. Right. Sorry, there was one more thing I wanted to bring up. So let me save this first. Save it. And coming up this week, Eusebio is running a scalping course. It's on January the 14th. There's no prerequisites, but it's more for the primers. But if you want to try it out, Craig has already sent out an email with the pricing and times and stuff like that for it. It's a 2-session course.